I'm Jared Herrick. Over Thanksgiving break, I read Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire. I really liked this book. I thought it was pretty inspirational. Um, it made me look at elementary teaching a lot more, just because I liked how much time that he had with his students for each subject. That's one of the things I would be interested in doing. So maybe I should think about teaching elementary more. But anyway, some of the things that I really learned from the book, I think there's first and foremost the thing I was impressed with was how much time he spent with his students outside of the classroom. You know, he was always talking about after school projects that he was running, saying that he was getting there early. Just the amount of life he invested into those students outside of the classroom was really impressive to me. Um, and that was inspirational. Something else that I really appreciated, I think, from this book was he taught me to think about not teaching just the subject, but teaching learning, and uh, learning comes with change. It has to be a change if true learning occurs. So he made math applicable to the kids' lives. He made art applicable to the kids' lives. That's how he taught each subject, and that was really impressive. That's something that now moving forward I want to do. That's how I want to think about teaching. So teaching for change. Something else I really appreciated him talking about was not to not be afraid to make mistakes. Um, he mentions how much mistakes he made as a teacher, that he hadn't had it figured out, that he didn't have all those things figured out at all. So that's good for me, and that's exciting as I coach a lot, and I'm kind of dealing with kids not in a classroom setting but in that setting, and oftentimes I struggle to maintain management of the group or teaching, or I might overcorrect something for one of my athletes. So that was good and really encouraging for me as well. Just to think about it's okay to make mistakes early. Just make sure you're trying to learn as a teacher and practice what you're trying to teach, which is that true learning comes with change. The other thing I appreciated was his talk of respect and balancing respect. He demands it from his students. He demands respect. He demands expectation, but he doesn't do it in a way that's because of his authority or his greatness. He does it because it's right. That's why he's demanding respect from his students, and he wants them to realize that. He wants them to become better people. Um, that was one of the things to take away. Also, he thought about in terms of he didn't really have punishment. He talked about it in terms of consequences. Do the consequences make sense? Does the well, he said punishment, but does that make sense? Thinking about, okay, so little Johnny messed up and was goofing off during this activity. Well, he's not going to participate in the activity. It's not going to be write 4,000 words or something like that. Make sure that it makes sense and the consequences you give make sense. So I really liked this book. I learned it a lot. I read it all this weekend. It was a page turn. I read it almost like a novel. It was really good. I liked this book a lot. Anyway, so those are some of the things that I took away from Teach Like Your Hair's on Fire.